Fans, this is Dave Yearwood, and as we saw last week, a major conflict is brewing between the James boys, Austin and Dallas. Let's take a look back at what transpired.
Did render that decision last Wednesday. The four aces belong to the James family. It's always been that way.
What are you talking about? The James family? You didn't listen to the judge? The four aces belong to me. Me, Austin James. Not Dallas James, not the James family, Austin James.
What's the difference?
A big difference. You owned them, you gave them away, I got them back. That was a family tradition. I've got the four aces now.
What are you saying? That you are the four aces, not Dallas and Austin? What are you saying about the James boys? It's Austin, not Dallas? It's always been 50-50.
I haven't made that decision on who the four aces are going to be yet. Let me tell you.
This is not a wrestling problem. This is a family problem, and we really need to go back in private and talk about this. We don't need to air this out in front of everybody else. You and I have had problems before, but have we not always aired them out in private?
We've aired them out in private, and we can do this if that's what you want.
And I think that's what we should do. We don't need to bring this out here. Wrestling, we don't have a problem. You need to calm down on Billy the Kid. Keep working with him. Let's go back here and let's talk this.
Back or at home. Not right here.
Join me in welcoming to the ring, Dallas James. Fans, Dallas is accompanied out here by the PWI champion, Bobo Brazil Jr. Dallas, could you believe the attitude that your brother had last week?
I cannot believe what got into Austin. I mean, we're talking about losing one matchup. It didn't affect him and I at all. He's the one that wanted to bring in this new Billy the Kid. That's fine. And then he brings up something that's not even got to do anything with wrestling. The four aces is a family problem. Now, I have talked with Austin on and off for the whole week. He's lost it. He has totally lost it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I will not get in the ring against my own brother.
Well, the actions that are coming down here is really going to change the course of events, I'm sure, here in the PWI. Are you saying that you're not going to confront your brother out here to settle this dispute?
This is a family problem. This is not a wrestling problem. The problem lies with the name Four Aces. Now, he can do whatever he wants to do with it. I don't really care. But to attack me because of that is not a wrestling problem. It's a family problem. And Bobo, I'm sure you understand about family. I know your father real well, and I know that if you got into it with your father, you would settle it in the home, not in the wrestling ring. I will not wrestle Austin. It's that simple. I do not care what happens in all these other promotions. I don't care if that's the in thing to do. I'm not wrestling Austin James. I won't do it.
Does that mean you're just not going to wrestle Dallas?
Right now, I've got to think about what's at hand. But for now, Dallas James is history. I'm done.
Fans, could this mean retirement for Dallas James here in the PWI?
I don't know if it means retirement, but it does mean until this gets straightened out, Dallas James is no longer with the PWI.
Well, fans, we got problems that go back to the state of Texas that bring great bearing here on the PWI. And now you're hearing from Dallas James what his thoughts are, his immediate concerns in the ring here in the PWI.
Let me just say this in closing. I will continue to do commentary with you only. Stepping in the ring, no. If Bobo wants to talk about this, if Bobo needs some help, that's fine. I know that he's concerned what's going on with Austin, but to wrestle him and to step foot in this ring until this is taken care of, I won't do it.
Bobo, does this announcement send shockwaves to you as it does to the PWI, I'm sure?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of shocking. Like I say, it's a family problem. I got families that I had problems. You know, it's a way to do things. But I want to ask you one question, Dallas. You're leaving the PWI to settle a score with your brother. So supposing this score doesn't get settled and you had to bring it back to the PWI, would you wrestle him then?
If I'm forced with no other recourse, then I'll deal with that at the time.
Well, it's something that we thought were settled in the courts. It doesn't sound like it's settled back on the ranch. Fans will have to look forward to what is going to transpire between Dallas and Austin. Stay tuned for more PWI Championship Wrestling.
This is PWI Live and Pro Wrestling International, returning to the International Arena on Sunday, October 29th with a 4 p.m. start. It's a television taping of PWI Championship Wrestling, plus you'll see second round of the PWI Tag Team Tournament. Also, Kamala Jr., Gentleman Johnny Walker to meet up, and Buddy Bam Bam Garvin to go against Cousin Bubba. Remember, all tickets priced at $5, under 6 admitted free, and the doors open up at 3 p.m. when PWI Championship Wrestling returns to the International Arena, 1056 East Vermont Street on Sunday, October 29th with a 4 p.m. bell time. And what about this one? It's been signed for the PWI Heavyweight title entitled Family Feud. Austin James with Papa James in his corner to go up against this man, Bobo Brazil Jr. with Bobo Sr. in his corner. Let's hear now from the champ.
Austin James, just a few weeks ago, I see what you did to your brother. You know, I thought you was a better man than what you was. You know, and then I seen what you did just a week ago to Cousin Bubba. You know, that really opened my eyes at that time. You know, it's kind of hard for a champion to challenge somebody. But I don't even know who you are anymore. And I know that you're going around saying what you did to your brother, what I get for sticking my nose in the family business. Well, I didn't stick my nose in the family business because that's a family problem. I have a lot of them because I'm a second generation wrestler. But I want to tell you something, Austin James. I don't even know who you are. You're going around saying you just knew Austin James. Well, I'm out here to give you a challenge. And this, that I want to get straight to you and coming straight from me. I want to get you in a match. You know, just a few weeks ago, I signed a match, and I know it's coming up. But we got 2, maybe 3 weeks. But I want you to get yourself ready, because I got a new manager. You know, and he's from the past. He know every move about you and everything. But you know what? You just be there to sign the contract at the meeting and see the new manager going to be in my corner. You're going to be in a big surprise.